The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debates you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
For in the progress, this card will most likely be outshadowed by what's considered the big card this weekend. That'll be live on DAZN. It's the light heavyweight championship fight between champion Sergey Crusher Kovalev versus Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's weight jumping around in these divisions, and decided to go pick an alcoholic light heavyweight champion of the world in his light heavyweight.
An alcoholic, goddamn.
I mean, is this man not an alcoholic? I
don't know. I mean, is he? I know he drinks, but just because you drink a lot don't mean you're alcoholic.
That's what they always tell themselves.
I mean, there's more. Oh damn. I mean, there's more evidence for him being an asshole and a racist than the alcohol. But
yeah, a racist, a possible woman abuser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have started off with that when you said the alcohol. I'm like, well,
he's drinking, I'm sure. But yes, that's the fight. That's the big fight of this weekend. Now, me and LB have talked. We had our initial feelings on it. Neither of us. Let's put it this way. I was fine with it prior to Kovalev facing Anthony Yarde, because Anthony Yarde, as we all, if you're a full boxer, Anthony Yarde was his mandatory. Originally, DAZN gave Canelo the orders. It's like, look here, buddy. I'm tired of your shit. Okay, you're gonna face the Triple God, or you're gonna face Sergey Kovalev. What's it gonna be? Don't give me any shit. And Canelo decided not to understand English. And it was like...
and later, Andre got thrown into it, like, okay, we'll give you him, too. Like...
Yeah, and then, Canelo's like, okay. And he let deadlines, expire, pass by, or whatever. And so, what happened was...
Eureka! I'll choose the guy that's been stopped twice.
Yes, and Sergey Kovalev, so he wouldn't lose his damn belt, was forced to face his mandatory. Now, how did that affect how I felt and how LB felt, how this fight will go? Well, Kovalev had some problems with Anthony Yarde. Although a powerful puncher, he was at 17 and 0 with 16 knockouts. His skill set was not at the point where you think he should have bothered Kovalev as much as he did.
And he didn't fight that type of opponents to even nowhere near prepare him. Like, if we was getting that Lubin for not being ready for Charlo,
right? This
is like maybe worse.
Yeah, literally, this is one of the fights where someone could have easily, or Yarde could have been easily ruined. And of course, it's still out of whether or not how he goes forward after that fight. But Anthony Yarde came extremely close to knocking out Sergey Kovalev in that fight. And I'm talking about literally like maybe a punch or two away from putting away Sergey Kovalev and throwing this fight, off the table. And you see, and this is a Kovalev that actually came off a good performance against Alvarez, Atlanta Alvarez, and he goes from that to struggling with Anthony Yarde. Something's not stirring the Kool-Aid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Alvarez is a quality fighter. He's a quality light heavyweight. So getting knocked out in it, that's fine. That looks good.
A quality, dangerous heavyweight with experience, all of that.
Yeah, exactly. But Anthony Yarde is not that heavyweight. He was a good prospect, but there should have been a level shown in that fight.
But you say that, but yet we all picked Yarde. Like, I'm side-eyeing the shit out of you right now.
Well, nigga, you know why I picked Yarde.
Yeah, we all picked Yard. Shit, I made a fucking song about it, nigga. Shit.
I know, right?
But the thing is, when you look back at it, the shit Pat's saying is dude still almost won.
Yeah.
So it's not like we all looking stupid, like.
Yeah, I mean, Yard almost had Kovalev out here. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Yard gassed after that, that assault, that's what it was. It was a full-fledged assault.
He had experience. Like, he gassed out.
Yeah.
He wasn't throwing the right punches. He ain't had the right strategy. Like, all the negative shit we saying, and y'all could go back and look and read and listen to that eye test episode where me and PJ, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we break down all that shit into detail. So on top of all of that, he still almost wins or makes Kovalev look real bad. So I mean,
yeah. So it's like pretty much after that, like, and you see that, and just like, yeah, this fight loses a lot of luster, Kovalev and Canelo, because it seemed like now Canelo. I mean, it's not like Canelo. I mean, if it was Better Beef or Vozdek at least, or Bivol, then we probably wouldn't really bat all that much about it. But yeah, it just seems like you get to the most experienced but the most vulnerable of the light heavyweight champions. It just looked.
To me, I feel like he could have had Zurdo at 175 on for the Mexican independence. That would have been a decent bout, and he could have got assimilated to the division, and then he could have won at Kovalev in December.
That's a shit fight, though.
Yeah, but Canelo's still fighting 3 times a year, and that's a solid competition. And Zurdo's a better fight than fucking Chavez, than fucking Beefy, and we got them fights. The fucking Khan. So I'm playing matchmaker, just trying to set up something a little better.
Yeah. So I mean, most people because of Yard, most people think like Canelo Canelo opened up as the betting favorite, which is kind of people's like, oh no, that's just to draw the money in.
4-1.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, I mean, if it was like a 2-1 at least, like, okay, fine, maybe you might have a point where we're trying to draw a little money, but motherfuckers open up as high as 8-1 against Kovalev. Them odds is that's kind of crazy for this fight for a nigga that's
I said 4-1, but it's settled at 4-1. Pat's right. That shit came up at like 8-1. Some places had 7-1. So yeah. I don't really look at that as being and niggas got mad when we said that was a cherry pick.
Yeah, it most certainly is. It wasn't like if he was facing someone that's a little bit more fresher than then we wouldn't say it. But Kovalev is vulnerable right now. He's very vulnerable. Most people are like, oh, Kovalev's experience. Yeah, Kovalev is experienced. Kovalev, has lost was it 3 of his last 6 fights, some shit like that. That's the statistic, something like that.
Stopped in 2 of them shit. So it's like, it's the durability. Like, is he a more accomplished fighter than guys like Callum Smith and Andre? Yes, he is. But is he in his prime? No. Is he undefeated? No.
Yeah, he's none of these things right now.
Yeah, and that's more appealing to me than having name guys that are popular and semi-dangerous fight other name guys who are in the prime of their career.
Right. We all see that Kovalev is long in the tooth. Now, we could. Now, obviously, the argument is like, oh yeah, Kovalev is much bigger. He has a stiff jab. He has power. Yes, Kovalev is a very dangerous man. Let's say
he ain't start getting dangerous to Yard until like the 5th round. Like, dude was slow as hell with that jab and took forever to gas up. Like,
yeah,
car was in reverse in the parking in the driveway for like 5 minutes. And you racing against your son in a damn little soapbox car, like. That's how that shit was looking. Then it finally started putting and went, and you're like, oh, okay, now.
Yeah, I mean,
on.
yeah, I mean, it was definitely a slow start. It was a slow start that almost, that almost cost him. Like I said, Kovalev has a lot of power, but it's just like his durability is not what it used to be. Like it's, it just because you look at that yard fight, you're like, this dude is right for the taking, and it's just like Kovalev is like, oh yep, Canelo's like, yep, this is the guy. So they're like saying, oh yeah, Kovalev is dangerous. Like, where was this? Was this talk like this when Kovalev was facing Ward or any of them? No.
Because it was only recent when the fight got, in the summer, like right after the Jacobs fight, you heard this shit. Like, and there was even maybe some rumblings before the Jacobs fight, but like he was so insistent on dude, and then he didn't want Kovalev to get a chance to look bad. That's why they had to step aside and shit for Yard. Yard refused it.
Yeah.
So he has the fight. Now, the one thing I'll say that Kovalev has in his favor is the same thing that Andy Ruiz had in his favor earlier this year was, he has recent activity. You just completed a camp. He didn't have no bad cuts or nothing, but he has some swelling and shit. But
right,
that's not too bad. But at least he hasn't gotten into a moment of complacency.
Right.
Or resting too much, especially he's older, so it's better to him be a little active. So that might help Kovalev a lot. Like honestly, like that, it almost seems like the weakness can be turned into an advantage.
Right.
So Kovalev got to start off fast this fight. Like he can't take 4 rounds to get going against Canelo this time. Like Canelo is money in the early rounds.
Right. And another thing too is like, I mean, everyone, they see the pictures with them together, and yes, Kovalev has a significant height advantage over him, and possibly a reach advantage too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Kovalev has a longer reach. So they're like, oh yeah, because of that, it's like, oh, this is not cherry pick. This is a dangerous fight. This is a true dangerous fight for him.
Canelo already adjusted to fighting taller people. Now it's more fighting a taller, more skilled guy. But
yeah,
once you start getting in the ring with dudes and you're 5'8", 5'9", I think Canelo's 5'8", right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's 5'8", yeah.
Yeah, you start getting in there with dudes like Jacob, who's 6 feet, Kovalev 6'1", the Rocky Fielding was like 6'1", so he had those couple fights. Then you got to look at the whole sparring. I don't think he's gonna be on some like I can't deal with this guy. He's dealt with the Golovkin jab. Well, he dealt with it. He didn't beat it.
Right.
He didn't figure it out. So, but he's used to it. So
right.
It's something that he can deal with. So that's another thing where comparing him to have to deal with different fighters like an Andre who has a good jab, but it's a whole bunch of setup problems with that. Callum Smith who has a solid jab, but it's again a whole bunch of different problems that come with that. Kovalev, it's a good jab, but okay, you got some other shit that's in your favor. He's older, he's a little slower. The durability went down, so it's a real calculated ass matchup.
Yeah, and like I said, and I've said it before too. I said off that yard part, I said Canelo's going to win this fight. Like I mean, I just don't see it. Like I just don't see. I mean, Kovalev having. I mean, he had his one last good performance against Alvarez. I just don't see it. I just don't see him beating Canelo at this point, and simply because he's old.
So hold on, you changing your mind now? So you picking Kovalev now?
No.
I mean, you picking Canelo now. I'm sorry.
No, I've been picking Canelo
because I could have sworn there was because P grilled you about it, like, and you had picked you had picked Kovalev. I remember that. Damn, where's P, man?
I'm waiting for him to come back. I'm waiting. I don't know where he went to, but I said it before. Like after that yard fight, I was like, it was clear as day.
No, see, this was after the yard fight because I remember King P had fucking damn grilled you about it because he was like, "Well, Pat, after all that shit you saying, you can't really, you know."
Well, say, if
so you changing it then? You changing it now?
No, I said Canelo win after that fight. But if Kovalev won, I wouldn't mind because it's just like, you know, I'm just gonna like smirk. But I do think, and I said before, after that yard fight, Canelo is gonna win. Is going to stop Kovalev. You know,
I've been saying that shit. Nah, you changed your pick because I remember you was picking.
I didn't change my. No, after that yard fight,
you changed your pick. You was definitely.
Thank you, shit, man. You changed your pick, bro.
I grilled the shit out of both of you, and fucking then LB was like, whoa, like you speak.
Remember, my pick stayed the same. I said Canelo. I said Canelo by knockout. I might just be Canelo decision now, but it's still Canelo.
See, I know me and LB went back and forth over that after the yard fight because, I mean, we agree that, you know, we see why Canelo wants Kovalev, but I'm just as much as I want to go with Canelo, and I'm gonna go with Canelo, but it's hard for me to pick a guy just like that off like cold turkey, not knowing what the hell he's gonna be like at a weight that he's never been at. There's still that X factor, and I can't just ignore those things like they don't exist. They do.
Canelo's not some little dude. He's gonna take those punches. Canelo. What's the bigger finesse? The PBC, no more pay-per-views, or Canelo convincing everybody he's a little guy? Because both of them were bullshit. No. I'm not one of those people that thinks that he's a little guy. But but I'm not also gonna say that he's a natural light heavyweight. Like, nah, but he's a natural fucking middleweight. He's been a natural middleweight for
middleweight. Even
168.
I was just about to say, even super middleweight, I could see him as a super middleweight. But light heavyweight, that's where it's like,
because he don't have a height for light heavyweight. That's why, like, you got to be exceptionally good to be 5'8" at light heavyweight.
But even like, if we were to consider like the other some of those light heavyweights look like they're like 200 pounds dropping down to 175, and I don't think Canelo's that big. Like,
Canelo be walking around at 200 pounds.
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah, nigga, really.
No, because even I don't even think Jacobs walks around at 200 pounds, and Jacobs is bigger than Canelo.
You don't, dude. I guarantee, I promise, Jacobs is walking around at around 200 pounds. That's a big dude. If Canelo's not walking around at 200, he's walking around at like 185 and shit.
But that's still not like 200. Like some of these guys.
But he still used that to convince people on some. Even at 154, he was walking around at damn 170 and 175 and shit. Cause he didn't have a height. His skills weren't on point on all that shit.
Okay. So let me ask you this: you think that he walks around higher than Triple G?
I think they might be around the same. Because you can see Triple G his face gets a little puffy sometimes and everything, but he's older too though. Like, I'm expect Canelo. I'm expect Golovkin to be looking a little more pudgier and shit than Canelo.
And Canelo is 30 or even barely 30.
I think Triple G is there more disciplined for that. I mean, he's been at that one weight his whole career. And you never heard anything about him struggling to get weight. The most you'll ever see if he looks lackadaisy or bad, usually he's sick or some shit. The Rosado, Uma, and Derevyanchenko, 3 fights that I've always heard that he's under the weather, he's sick for.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he's not like he's not. I don't think he's that big where he's just. He wouldn't be able to make 160 if Triple G was doing.
Really? We seen all these fucking tricks. It's like, look, man, y'all be forgetting what I said. Canelo is a guy who takes advantage of his advantages.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
if you know you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt in close fights, all you need to do is win 5 rounds each fight.
Okay, but that being said, that still kind of doesn't take away to what I'm saying, because, like, yes, even if he's big enough from a physical standpoint, we don't know if his skills will go with him to 175. You know what I'm saying? It's the
same skills though, and he's fought bigger people. Like,
I don't know if he'll have the power at 175, the chin, the hand speed. I'm not gonna say that he doesn't, but I'm not gonna guarantee that he will. We're kind of guaranteed.
There's no guarantees. But I don't think it's not gonna be a big mystery box, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's not a natural light heavyweight. Of course, yeah, of course. Even though he's a guy who's walking around at 190 and shit, yeah, he's not a natural light heavyweight. But people can't tell me he's on some. Well, he's a little junior middleweight.
No. We're not saying that. No. I felt like that was a snide. I felt like that was a snide remark. You said no, he's not a natural light heavyweight. Like,
no, he's not. Canelo isn't, but he's a natural fucking middleweight. Like Canelo looked like he'll, like, if he had a cap on his training and what he could fight at, I think Canelo would be fighting at like 166.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, I mean, this fight's still looking about. Oh yeah, Canelo, you know. I just
and it's not even, honestly, it's not even his height. Like I like, it's not. Yeah, he's short, but you could be short and still be like built like a.
That's what I said. He had to be exceptional.
Like a James Toney who's only 5'9", but looked like a legit light heavy.
Yeah, but James Toney is exceptional. Like. We comparing Canelo to James Toney? Like,
no, not skills wise. Like, no, but I'm just saying, like, as in like body weight and like he feels like he belongs there from a physical standpoint. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like Canelo has enough physicality, enough strength. I feel like to give him diplomatic leverage against against Kovalev. Like, it's just enough to same thing as Floyd. Like, he has just enough where if he utilized the right game plan and his skills, he's gonna outbox your ass. And I feel like Canelo, when you factor in everything else in this fight, I feel like what he brings, and even though it's gonna be his first time at 175, that is going to be enough to where he could utilize his skills and what else he do good, and the judges and all that other shit to get him a victory. I don't feel like he's over his head, and there's a reason why he's the favorite like that. Think about it. Derevyanchenko was what, a 4-1 underdog, and he's top 5 in his division. So you mean to tell me, so if a fucking Terrence Crawford moved up to go and fight Golovkin, he wouldn't be no fucking 8-1 favorite.
Facts.
Even if he and shit, we could even go fucking Andre. If Terrence Crawford moved up to go to fight Andre, you think he's gonna be fucking 4-1, 8-1?
No.
Anybody in the top 5, he ain't gonna be no 5-1 or 4-1 over Derevyanchenko.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and that's just the thing with that. Why people, like, why people are not really into this fight. Like, I'm not, like I said, to me, this is just a fight. It's gonna happen, one way or the other, because Canelo needs to fulfill his DAZN contract, and it's either one thing or the other. So this is what it is. I mean, Kovalev gets a payday and probably some other ends, because he has some cases coming up after this fight, to win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, so, he need this bag.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much. That's pretty much what all this is. I just don't see anything more than that. Yes, there's a title on the line, it's even more. It's like, yes, if Canelo wins, is he actually going to stay at light heavyweight? Is he actually going to seek out other light heavyweight champions?
Nah, I think he's gonna go back to 168. Like I don't see him going back to 160. I feel like he did his hands at that vid. Like he brushed his hands off. He's done. He keep downplaying Andre, so he done did that for 2 divisions already. He's doing it from a 4th division now. So whatever. The Golovkin, he's done with that. He don't want that. He let an old man fucking scare him from a payday. So I mean, that's what it is. I don't. To me, if I know I'm better than you and I could beat you, and I could, and I got niggas who think I can, and I'm gonna get the most money against you than anybody else, and I'm gonna fight you again. So I just feel like he don't want them problems no more. So people could say, well, they just don't like each other. Bullshit. It's money, nigga.
Right.
If you thought you knew you could do it, do it.
And like I said, the Zone is willing to pay money. But it's not like the Zone is like, that's why we brought you onto this network, nigga. Like we want you to fight the Triple God, and to expand our subscriber base and all that good shit. We're paying you 30 something.
Or Oscar did.
Yeah, exactly.
So he ain't coming back, because who else he gonna fight if he don't fight Golovkin? He ain't gonna fight Andre.
Right.
Who else? You think he gonna fight Charlo? Even though they was talking about the Charlos could come to the Zone and all that shit, that ain't gonna happen.
No.
So
yes,
that's 3 names. That's the 3 biggest names.
So yeah, that's even more of a reason. Like like this fight, like what's the most? Just take a light heavyweight belt away from an Asian fighter, and that's it.
And it's just division hop and just get the biggest names, fight the biggest names from whatever the smorgasbord. Like that's all it is. Like I can't even predict this next fight because we don't know.
I'm just not with the. I mean, I'm not gonna write this off like it's like this is still an intriguing fight for me, honestly. So
it is. I'm now kind of hyped for it, but more only for the aftermath.
I feel either way, somebody's gonna be popping off because if whatever the outcome suits their agenda. No shade on nobody here, but I'm just saying, like, from people I've talked to, like, everybody has an agenda. So
everybody getting ready. They're like Pat be getting them Swift scorecards ready. Niggas is writing articles like, okay. If Canelo doesn't fight him again, if he loses, we're not gonna get Peter Beef. Maybe we could get the Saunders fight. So I'm more excited for the aftermath. Like the fight itself, I just kind of know. I just feel like Canelo was just gonna take away Kovalev's jab. He gonna land counters. He probably gonna get hit with a couple nice ones. He gonna work the body. Like I was more hyped for Probray Taylor.
Better hope that I was gonna say better hope that stamina doesn't get zapped. But then again, I remember. Oh wait, the other fighter has stamina problems too.
Worse stamina problems. And but since he's been training more and has the recent camp, maybe Kovalev might have a better stamina this time. So like I said, like if I was Kovalev, like Kovalev needs to win the first half clean.
I mean, he does have some attributes that could help him. So
yeah, definitely. He has to win that for look. He doesn't win that. The way niggas felt when they got to round 6 in Floyd Maidana, that's how Kovalev need to make everybody feel.
Facts. Yeah, because Maidana had pretty much everyone thinking that Maidana was going to win this fight.
Or at least on some like, wow, I don't see what Floyd do now. Like, I mean, I knew he was going to lose, but I was like, I'm intrigued. Like, it's not like the Guerrero fight where you're like, by the 3rd round, you're like, yeah, typical Floyd fight. I don't want to see typical nothing because, I want to see a good fight of the year. Canelo, don't blow it. Yeah, Canelo, you the biggest name in the sport. You bitching about Andre being boring. You see, we done had like all these consecutive fight of the year candidates. You know, so it's your turn now, bro. Your turn.
Yeah, I mean you've already had one this year.
I'm pointing right at Canelo on some All Might shit. Like, nigga, your turn. You next. Give us a great fight.
Right. I mean, if you have two judge fights, and you need the fuck up out of here and let real niggas fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He can't have two duds, man. Like, at this fight, don't even seem like it's buzzing like that.
It's not.
No, it really isn't.
Well, what did I say? Because Canelo wins too fucking much. I mean, no one get excited about Canelo fights no more.
I have seen his own commercials with like Canelo and all that, but like I haven't seen anything specifically for Canelo Kovalev. So go figure.
Yeah, because we know no matter how bad he gets whooped, he gonna get the decision. So I said that was the problem for Canelo fights already. Like it's not like he's having exciting fights like that. He has decent fights that are real competitive, and he wins them all the time, no matter what. So that shit get old. So you can't get no hype for his fights. Like him not getting a loss against Golovkin, I feel was like the worst thing for his career in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just like there, of course, the second fight was close to, and it's just like, oh, yeah, he's not going to lose. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to see somebody who don't lose, man? Or not even have the chance of losing? Like it's one thing if you're Floyd and Pacquiao and you're way above better than everybody else. And even Pacquiao, they had to rob him a couple times, so...
Right, exactly.
But with Floyd, at least he was better than everybody else, clearly.
Yeah.
With Canelo, they try to promote him like he's better than everybody, clearly, but when you see the fights, it's a whole different thing. You're like, oh, damn, like, really? Like, he had next? Like, yeah, he could have lost this one. I mean, even if you say he should have beat Trout and Lara, cool, but after the Golovkin fights, Canelo beats everybody all time now. 160. He gonna beat Kovalev. He'll beat Prime Roy Jones.
Oh God.
I mean,
he'll beat James Toney. Remember, you was comparing them. You brought up James Toney.
I didn't. I wasn't comparing them directly. Stop it.
Yeah, but the fact you mentioned James Toney and we're talking about Canelo, like that rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, I only mentioned him because you said, because I said that I don't think that he's a natural light heavyweight, and then you're like, oh, well, you're only saying that because he's short, and I bring up James Toney as a counterpoint to that because James Toney himself is only 5'9", but yet he felt like a legit.
Man, James Toney's like 5'10". He ain't no 5'9".
He's close enough. Him and Roy Jones are both legitimately like 5'10", 5. I don't know. Like I don't.
Yeah, but 5'10" and 5'8" is like a difference, bro. And then that light heavyweight, like, and Canelo is not a footwork moving guy. He's not hyperactive. Like he's not exceptional enough to like campaign against the top light heavyweights throughout the rest of his career. I just don't see it.
I guess you're right. I'm skeptical.
You think he's gonna be like let me see. What's a good fucking an aggressive light heavyweight?
Aggressive light heavyweight.
Yeah, like.
I mean, Better Beef is an aggressive light heavyweight.
Better Beef.
Yeah, he don't have the size to really pick and choose boxing like that. Like I can't see Canelo, the matchups.
Bivol. What about Bivol?
He's an aggressive boxer. Yeah.
He could be semi-aggressive. Not really like super hyper aggressive, but he has spurts where he can be aggressive.
And he's steady though too. Like he gives you a steady output.
That's actually another, because even Bivol doesn't seem like we mentioned that, like he doesn't even seem like, he seems like he's on the smaller side of like
he looks
heavyweight.
way bigger than Canelo though. And
that's what I'm saying.
To Golovkin to me as well. So you don't, hold on, you think Golovkin bigger than Bivol?
No. I never said that.
Okay, I gotta get used to them
because those
expressions
I brought
you
up,
be saying.
Oh my God.
Those sound effects.
Yeah, I always get the sound effects. But like what I'm saying is, Bivol is bigger than Canelo, like to me significantly, and even his like stature at light heavyweight as far as size wise is brought into question. Because even at times, there's times where he looks like he could go, like he's Callum Smith. That him and Callum Smith could both be at what he could be at 168.
Callum Smith's a big dude, though, man. Like,
facts.
Yeah, true. But like,
see,
I don't know.
Canelo just don't look like he could compete with most light heavyweights.
To me, Bivol, I think like to me, Bivol to me is like if this were basketball, Bivol would be like a tweener. Like you have those tweeners that are like
Michael
they're like or like in between small forward and power forward, like or in between power forward and center. They're like bigger than most power forwards, but really not big. Like as
yeah, I
big
mean, I
as
can see
centers.
Bivol like that, but I don't see Canelo as that. If Canelo's a tweener, he's in between 160 and 168. Like,
but I'm saying he's not a tweener for a light heavyweight. He's a tweener, but like Bivol is a tweener for like 168 and 175. So that's
yeah, but
why
that's the thing. You see Bivol with other light heavyweights, it doesn't look like he's giving up too much size. Like if you put Bivol next to Chilimba, he's similar size. Put him against Pascal, similar size, stature. It's enough to have diplomatic leverage in the fight. If you box accordingly, you put him in there.
Pascal was at 168. Wasn't he at 168?
Yeah, he was at 168. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying Pascal was at 168. So it's like
he's another short dude, but Pascal's thick, like he's swole though. Like he's a big dude. He's bigger than Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Canelo could take a damn overhand right from Pascal. Remember, and this is a guy in Canelo who avoided fighting a lot of punchers in other weight classes. Let's be honest. So you gonna put him up in light heavyweight where everybody could punch? He don't have the size, and the height has something to do with that.
Which is what you just mentioned. That you put him in there with everybody that can punch, and he's never really been in there with punchers. And then you wonder why I'm questioning if his chin will hold up.
Cause it's the style. It's not just. Look, I said he could. It's a calculated fight. He could hold up and probably be fucking with Kovalev, but I'm not gonna put him in there with Bivol. I'm not gonna put him there with Vosdik. I'm not gonna put him with Bitterbeef. He could probably match up with the Kovalevs, the Zerdos, the Jesse Harts.
Well, I don't know if Bivol will hurt him, only simply because Bivol always
Bivol will beat his ass.
I mean, no, Bivol will. I don't know about
Bivol
punches his punches too much. So, like a guy like that just pushes his punches too much. I don't know if he's gonna really get knockouts like that.
But he's getting straight punches though. If he fight like he did against Barrera, he's beating Canelo's ass.
Right.
And that's the Bivol everybody keeps waiting to come back. When people talk about, oh yeah, he could get Bitterbeef, people are thinking about that Bivol.
Nobody's really pushing him like that though. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it could come out if he really gets pushed against top guys. But
yeah, but I mean, he's been fighting everybody else. Like he needs that next level fight, that top 5 type of guy. But he's fought the wild, aggressive dudes, the boxers, the sluggers. I mean, Bivol fought a decent different type of styles at light heavyweight. Like, I don't think Canelo has the stature or the physicality, the height, all that shit plays in the part fighting bigger dudes.
Right.
Like I don't know the biggest person you ever sparred. Like as
6'4".
far as height, 6'1"?
6'4".
6'4". Okay.
Yes, but as I said, he fought like Jamal Charlo. He was like a 6'4" version of Jamal Charlo.
Was he? But he is on your level or better? Better. Okay, but the way his better had a flaw that you could exploit, right?
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
You're right.
You see that, right? You get the point I'm making, right? Like,
yes.
That's your limit. Like right now, your ceiling is 6'4" for people that are on your level. But if they have a flaw or something that match up with you, then because I'm sure that there's some other sick guys 6'4" that probably beats your ass.
Damn right.
Just like at light heavyweight, there's some other guys who 6'1", 6'2" at light heavyweight that would beat Canelo's ass.
But it's different when you haven't fought somebody that's 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta fight a 6'4" guy.
But Canelo's fought 5'10", 6 feet, 6'1". The difference was he was on the same level or better than those bigger guys.
Right.
Now he's fighting a bigger guy who has some flaws in him that he could expose.
True.
That's all I'm saying. It's like I had to make the comparison to you to kind of like bring it down
No. I got
relatable
what you were saying. I got what you were saying, but it's not like Canelo doesn't have any flaws that can be exposed. Now I don't know how much Kovalev can at this, because really this is more of an indictment on Kovalev because of how far he's fallen. If this were prime Kovalev, everybody would be picking Kovalev.
No, the fight wouldn't even be happening. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Part 3 or some shit.
My point exactly. So this is more an indictment on Kovalev, and that's what I'm trying to say. But like,
dude, it's always been about Kovalev from the minute after the Yard fight. Dude, man, it was about Kovalev. It was about Kovalev. We knew what Canelo was gonna bring. Is Kovalev? Is he gonna be able to healed up in time? He gonna be and what if Kovalev fucks around and brings and rewinds the clock 5 years for even like a couple of rounds? It's possible. That's what makes the fight intriguing. It's like you can have some intriguing cherry picks.
Nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's thinking, Kovalev's washed. But even washed fighters have had times where for a couple of rounds they bring back like the prime version of themselves.
Yeah, but a couple of rounds, unless you're gonna knock Canelo out in a couple of rounds, you're gonna need more than a couple of rounds. You gotta remember, Canelo has defense and great head movement. He knows how to read punches. Kovalev ain't the fastest damn puncher.
He's not the fastest damn puncher, but with Canelo, it's the footwork, and I feel like what he lacks, because I've always said that I don't really for all his upper body movement, which is great. I don't like his footwork, so I felt like at times I think he could get troubled by Kovalev's jab, even though Kovalev is a little slow.
Kovalev footwork trash too. Or okay, I won't say trash, but it's no better than Canelo's footwork. So you have a guy who's just gonna minimum foot or average footwork with a good jab. That's not his prime good jab no more. Against a guy whose footwork is stationary, but it's improved a little bit. It's manageable, but he has great upper body movement and defense. Okay. So it's like everything you're saying is like Canelo's already countering it, and the fight ain't even started.
I guess it's just let the fight play out as it is and see what happens. See if Canelo can watch some of Kovalev struggle and wait, or like I said, or the Kovalev turn back and the time and dish out a slow, steady beating Canelo and they're knocking him out. I mean,
that's slow and steady.
I don't think we're gonna see the Kovalev of old for that long. If I'll give him like 2 or 3 rounds where I think
we saw the Kovalev of old for 12 rounds earlier this year.
True.
So I mean, that's why the fight is intriguing, man. Even though it's not getting hyped up, who knows? Like P said, if Kovalev looks good, it could bring prime Kovalev for 3 rounds. He might could do something. So I don't know. I'm hyped. I mean, official predictions, we all Kovalev, right? I mean, all Canelo, right?
Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo.
Hold on, let's ask Pat again.
Yeah, because
you don't want to. I don't want him to switch on us. I don't want him to drop a freestyle on Instagram later and he's talking about Kovalev getting the decision.
Yeah. But no, that'll be Pat speaking with his heart, not his head. That'll be Henny Pat.
Yeah, because when he picked Kovalev the first time, it was freaking like, man, I don't want him to beat Canelo ass.
Yeah.
Dude, we could put the episode out there.
He's gonna be like Henny Pat, like when Tupac did a drunk freestyle. Be that type of shit.
Oh yeah, 6-minute freestyle. Knock on the he knock on the door. He's like, who that? Yo, it was Pat. Ain't about the freestyle about some boxing shit, yo.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, yes. If Kovalev wins. Yeah, I'm not predicting, but if he does, of course, like I said, you know me and my temperament about that. I'll just be like, it was just the karma god righting or wrong. That's all.
Okay, so
fighter of the year.
So we've established that we all picking Canelo to win. So what's the method? What's the method of victory? What you picking?
Knockout.
Wow. Hold on, what round? I mean, we have a duty to uphold accuracy, thanks to somebody last week.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I'm just freaking knockout. I'm not going
LB Horowitz. God, first it was Pat Horowitz. Now it's LB Horowitz.
Well, you need to get Horowitz after your name. God damn it!
I'm good on the Barry Horowitz patting myself on the back thing.
I'm good. Feels good, man. It feels good.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a knockout. It's not gonna stop Kovalev. That's my prediction.
Oh wow! Damn, I wish we had more knockouts at the top level of boxing. Like we don't get as much.
That's why I'm like, I'm gonna go decision. I'm just gonna go unanimous decision. Take the safe route. I could see a knockout happening, but I'm not also gonna hitch my wagon to the knockout.
Yeah, I kind of agree with P. I'm gonna go split decision. Canelo by split decision. It's gonna be controversial. You're gonna see people that think Kovalev should win because he's kind of hustling more in spots. But then Canelo's gonna land the showier punches.
And dear God, if we have a Andre Ward moment again, I'm gonna fucking just bang my head against the wall. Low blows. He body shot him too low. Low blows. God, I don't want to go through that again.
He has some low blows mixed in. Oh my God, like, are y'all saying Andre Ward didn't hit Kovalev low at all?
I'm not saying that he didn't hit him low at all. Maybe there was a couple of borderline, but not all of them were damn low.
He hit the man low at least once.
No, okay, I'll give him.
And he had some borderlines, and he had some legit ones.
I'll give him 2. I'll give him 2 low blows, but the rest of them were not low blows.
But nigga, okay, now look at that. Let me punch you twice low and then kill your body. You.
And no, but like, there's low, and then like they didn't feel like it was like low, like a Trinidad Vargas. I don't know. Maybe
dude, hold on. So your balls the one got punched?
No. But
I'm just saying, it's like, look, if it's low, it's low. Ward hit the dude with at least 2 low, and he hit him with some legit low blow, body shots. I mean, I understand why Kovalev feels a way about the Ward fights and the low blows. I get it. And he was robbed the first fight, so nothing's gonna change that. So Canelo, he should target the body, but I don't think he should fucking bank on that being the thing that's gonna stop Kovalev. Like,
I mean, that's gonna be too obvious. Like, Kovalev can't be that. Kovalev can't be that. He's a racist. He's a piece of shit. But I don't think he's a dummy. Like,
well, I mean, even him, he's tired. Kovalev is tired of people asking him about the body shot. I mean, I think he got that damn Raphael about because he asked him about he's weak to the body shot. Yeah, I think he's very well aware that everyone thinks that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's not going to stop him from getting hit. He's still going to get hit to the body because Lord knows how many times people like him and Keith Thurman have been told that they're weak to the body, and they still manage to get crunched over somehow, some way by a damn body shot. So that's not going to change, but we're just not going to bank on it.
Yeah, because Canelo could counter, and he could slip and make Kovalev miss. So, and it's not, and Kovalev only could jab one way. He's not gonna circle him like Golovkin jabbed in the rematch.
I mean, you don't think Kovalev will try to go to the body too?
He will, of course. But the thing is, he's gonna give up headshots if he try to do that. He's gonna have to be close to do that, unless he fire from a distance.
Well, no, I mean, I think his best advantage is if he's from mid range or long range. We can stick the jab right in his chest and or in his head, and Kovalev, because he's giving up the height and the reach. You know, I just don't trust him to. I'm not counting on Kovalev to keep it at a mid range or long range for the whole fight. Unfortunately, Canelo's gonna find his way to get
read that shit by then. Look, if it was me, like my strategy for Kovalev, I would be like, yo, jab him deep and push Canelo back and occupy the space that he's in once you do that. Meaning, lead with a couple, 2 or 3 hard jabs, cover the distance and get there and use your body to push him back and do the body work.
I mean,
I would fight Canelo up close.
Kovalev isn't lacking the strength. He definitely has the strength to do it. So
that's what I'm saying. To me, it could work, or at least get you some rounds. Because if Kovalev just stands still and try to fucking jab, and he's not really moving or pushing Canelo back, Canelo's gonna start reading that shit. Because it's not like Kovalev's a lateral mover like that. And he's gonna start picking them shits off. But hey, anything could happen. Shit, I mean, nothing's guaranteed.
Now, imagine if this happened, because I've been saying this and like nobody's like really thought about it. But imagine if, I'm just talking about after fight fuckery. Imagine if Canelo stops Kovalev, or even just beats him in UD. Imagine if I could see him doing something like calling out Andre Ward, even though Andre Ward is retired, like trying to lure him back into retirement. Like, I could see some fuckery shit like that.
Yeah, that's not even on my radar. Andre Ward he's retired. He's not even on my radar anymore.
Yeah, and that would be a horrible fight to watch. One guy who fights with no passion, the other guy who fights with the passion of the judges. I mean, nah, like, no, you know why? That's an awful fight, because if you're gonna fight a fucking Andre Ward and he's such a bad style, then why the fuck you won't fight Demetrius Andre?
I mean, because Andre doesn't have the cachet that Ward had, doesn't have the legacy that Ward has. But that's a legacy fight. But I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, how many is he gonna get props if he beat Ward?
Yeah, I would fucking give it. I don't care.
A Ward that's been retired.
Yeah, I don't care how long Ward's been on the couch for. I think he still probably like goes to the gym and probably just trains, but his fucking
he's still looking shape. But I mean,
yeah, that's
another thing. Floyd does too, but there's a reason why Floyd ain't trying to win another 300 mil against Pacquiao. Because he know he... Huh?
I still think he could beat Pacquiao again.
If he could, he would. You think he would turn down easy money? He ain't beating no fucking Pacquiao. He hasn't got hit in the face, none of that shit. He ain't been sparring. You think Floyd could get himself through another training camp? That nigga want to be on a castle in Scotland or some shit, or in Hawaii. Like, fuck out of here, man. Mayweather knows what he's doing. He ain't coming back.
Yeah,
it would look too bad if he came back and lost to Pacquiao. Nah, and you barely won the first fight. Nah, stay retired. Ward, stay retired. All you boring niggas can stay retired. We had too many damn fight of the years all back to back for motherfuckers be wanting the retired ass old boring niggas to come back.
Yeah, just new boring niggas like Andre. That's sarcasm.
I feel you, but look, if Canelo is so great, get a man a chance, beat his ass. And Andre, if you so great, make a Charlo fight happen.
Yeah, basically make some fights happen.
There you go.
Make the right fights happen, and not this fight, not fights that develop over. Yeah.
We ain't gotta make people come out of retirement if all y'all fought the right fights now.
Facts.
Everybody always say, Floyd, man, he could beat Golovkin. Nigga, do it. All these niggas just talk fucking shit. These niggas ain't making the fucking fights, dog. These niggas talk shit, but they ain't gonna make the fights, dog. So yeah,
I mean, this isn't a new thing. They shit talking without anything coming from it has been happening for like 20 years, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, people could differentiate whether it's shit talk or meaningful shit talk. Like, you got niggas who really do believe Floyd could have moved up and beat Golovkin.
Yeah.
Back then, if somebody said, man, Hagler, he'll move up and beat Michael Spinks' ass. What you smoking? Niggas would have laughed him out the barbershop. and Hagler's an all-time great, but he ain't beating no fucking Michael Spinks. Just like Hopkins wasn't beating Roy back in damn 2001.
60-40 and I'll whoop your ass.
Exactly. Niggas know who they could beat, man. That's why you don't get 50-50 fights like as often as you would like. Although this year's been the
Hopkins, I mean, no disrespect to Hopkins, but Hopkins has always been kind of like bitch assy like that, or like if he's one of those, if he fights you it's because I see something. Like, I don't want to hear that anymore. Ever since
he always say that shit, then be getting his ass whooped. Like,
yeah, I see something. I
see something. Goes on Friday Night Fights and breaks down Jermaine Taylor's telegraphed bow and arrow right hand. 6 months later, loses twice. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, man. We going on too long with this shit, man. I know Pat like, man, y'all niggas shut the fuck up.
It's all good. Yeah, but yes, we gave our predictions. For this fight, and it's Saturday night, and we'll see how it goes down. So, do you have any final thoughts? LB, do you have any final thoughts?
Nah, because I was going to wait till, like, the suspense and action going over with King P. I thought I was going to wait for that to quiet down.
I'm good.
Some Ninja Turtles fighting and shit.
Nah, I got rid of the Ninja Turtles today. So
Street Sharks? Well,
yeah,
biker mice from Mars, nigga.
Nah, we fighting the extreme dinosaurs, nigga.
Battletoads? Final thoughts. Hey y'all, it's Podomatic. Yo, good looking out. Y'all just keep following us, subscribing us, hit up all the channels. If you like what you hear on the Spotify, Podomatic, all of that, just make sure come to YouTube and subscribe. Even if you don't listen to us on YouTube, we still got other shit that's not on the Podomatic and Spotify, So just making y'all aware of everything, just show support so we get bigger. Like I said, that Ring Gang challenge, get us 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so follow. And we gonna have more shit on the way. Big things popping. ringgangradio.com. Past, present, the future, everything. We fans, we just having fun with this shit, man.
Yeah,
so that's all I really got to say.
If you're not having fun, then what are you doing, man? That's what it's all about. It's about having fun with what you're doing. Because that's what boxing is. Boxing media, you gotta. If you don't enjoy what you do, then then everything just sounds hollow. And you can tell it's hollow. It's very.
We all enjoy, talking about boxing. You see the passion and shit. It'd be, even if it's a trash ass fight, we'll get hyped and go on a tangent on some other shit. So.
Yeah, facts.
So y'all see how Tim Bradley was talking after the Vosdick fight. The footage.
He's talking like he want to come back.
Huh?
Right. I said the way he talks, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a comeback.
Yeah, and he was hyped, telling us he wasn't gonna come back.
Yeah, exactly.
So that just lets you know, and that's the type of energy we want to put out there for the whole world, for the whole sport.
Facts. Well said, LB. P, do you have any final thoughts?
Basically, co-sign everything LB said, and you already know what it is. Ring Gang forever. Long live Ring Gang. Long live boxing. Let's hope for some great fights in the future, in the near future, before I'm fucking having to rock a cane. Give me the good fucking fights that I want to have now. I don't want to wait forever. But subscribe and follow to everything. We appreciate our followers. We're always going to bring you some dope content. So just be on the lookout.
Real talk. And then my thoughts are, at least for this year, before, yes, just to reiterate what we talked about before, yes, there's more than boxing just the stars. We actually have a full fight schedule from now to December. We even have boxing on the week where we just do boxing in America, New Year. So, like I said, just pay attention to those, watch those. There's some gems out there. So go beyond your bubble. There's a lot more to boxing than just being in this small bubble that most of these fans or media are actually operating in.
Top right.
It's a great big world out there. Great big world of boxing.
Facts. So other than that, subscribe, like, comment, do everything, we appreciate, like I said, leave feedback, comment, we like reading them, we like replying back, whatever, if you feel it or you're not feeling it, whatever. So, so this has been another, wonderful episode of Real Talk. As always, it's shit's good, we talk about it. So for myself, Patscorpio, the New England representative, for LB, Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and until next time, I'm pretty sure after this weekend we're probably going to have, depending on how the weekend plays out, we're going to have lots to talk about, for sure. So, so peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.